Check that out, like a xylophone if I move that, wasn't it? Hello there everyone, welcome to Big Brother's Little Brother. I hope you're very well. It's day 41, that's over 58,000 minutes since the housemates first skipped into the Big Brother house without a care in the world. However, in less than 24 hours since the housemates received some very unwelcome visitors, because this is the headline. At 8:32 last night, someone finally found a way to stop Paul from telling another one of his rambling, long stories. Take a look.
I've gone into town, right, and literally got there, and I've picked out, like, a few, like...
Here you are.
Gee,
What?
Mad.
what is it?
Big Brother, can everybody please get inside the house?
I don't like them. Get them out!
Senior producer, a.k.a. Terminator, as he's now known around these parts, Aidan Hansel. Hi. What happened?
Well, as you've just seen, two young men,
Scallywags?
probably students, decided to get into the Big Brother.
Probably students.
Decided to get into the Big Brother compound. We think one of them is Australian, and they just thought it'd be a big laugh to get on telly, I guess.
Okay. How did the guys react, and talk us through the exact movements of what happened last night?
Well, basically, the housemates were pretty terrified. They haven't seen people apart from in the diary room, the doctors and dentists.
Yeah,
so
we saw that Helen especially.
Helen was really shaken up by it, actually, and basically it was a really bad idea. They hurt themselves in the attempt. They were extremely lucky in that when they chose to go over the walls, the security guard, the particular security guard for that area, wasn't on that side of the house. So they got very, very lucky, and and hurt themselves in the process. They actually had to be taken off and given first aid before they were arrested and charged by the police. Exactly, yeah.
Yeah, okay. And what happened to the intruders? Like you said, they're charged by the police.
They were charged. They were taken away by our security first of all, and a few minutes later the police turned up and arrested them.
Lovely. And what did Big Brother? We did a phone-in a couple of days ago. Too nice, too nasty. I would assume you were probably quite nice to the housemates after that last night, weren't you?
We were quite nice. We gave them an apology for the breach of security, and also I think we gave them some beer to calm their nerves a bit.
Which always goes down very well.
It does,
Thank you very much. If you're thinking about trying to break into the Big Brother house, as your mother would say to you, you're just showing off. It's not big, it's not clever, and the Terminator will get you. Okay, thank you very much for that. Okay, now before it all kicked off, Amma and Paul discovered that they will face the public vote on Friday. All housemates received one nomination. Amma and Paul got 4 each. Now, for full business as usual, get a nomination, laugh it off, have some lunch. Amma, in fact, said she was only surprised she hasn't been voted out before, but Brian and Josh agreed they'd have their heads shaved if they weren't nominated. They only received 1 vote each, so out came the clippers. Take a look.
Go. Oh, Eamon's a hair. Attitude. Brian posing for just 16? Hi, girl.
Ryan, Josh is just going to do it.
Jump to Louis.
Did you Spider, mate?
Yeah.
Hold that. That's the idiot.
Oh, yes.
Cool.
My goodness.
You've done it now.
Thank you very much.
No props.
Okay, actually, I don't know if anyone picked up what we picked up on Big Brother's Little Brother office here, but can we just have a shot of this potato, maybe? Yeah, okay, separate. There's a potato. Can we just have maybe a Josh?
Oh, yes.
Unbelievable. And it's the angle of the curvature of the potato at the top of it. They're never seen in the same room, a potato and Josh's head. Okay, now in light of that, we've been joined by psychotherapist Gladina McMahon and, of course, former housemate Bubble. Thank you very much for joining us, guys. Bubble, you were first to lose your hair in the house. What do you think of their new look?
A bit bizarre, really. I think he suits, well, not suits Brian, but he gets away with it to an extent. But as for Josh, he's got the old potato ring to it.
Potato head, okay. Okay, Gladina, why do you think so many of the Big Brother housemates decided to shave off their hair? Is it kind of a tribalism thing?
Oh, well, I think I think there's an element to that. But I also think, look, the weather's hot. They're trying something different. They're living in a world all of their own at the moment. And I mean, one of the things Brian was saying was he's always fancied actually sort of shaving it off. And also, I think, they miss Bubble, so they kind of, wanted to have a bit of you there.
Oh, okay. Now, in light of the break-in last night, do you think that will have a long-term effect on them, or do you think they'll be able to laugh it off quite quickly?
Oh, I think they'll laugh laugh it off quite quickly, really. I mean, on the one hand, though, they are short of subject matters to talk about. So when sometimes you're in a hothouse like that, you can take something that you would normally brush off and make it into a big deal.
It's like when you go on holiday and you go, the chips last night were great, weren't they? And like 2 days later, they're not as good as the chips we had last night.
Yeah,
You know?
absolutely. Exactly. So I think it depends how bored they get, really, as to what they get into next.
And what did their reactions tell us about them in relation to that? Helen obviously went mental and ran inside. Brian actually didn't do anything. He actually just stood there and pretty
Was
much...
like, oh.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you know, almost starstruck. And classic Dean just went, oh, people, let's go inside.
Yeah, you'd have thought they'd been saying, where's the fags? But it's kind of, you know, but he would if he'd been there, that's for sure.
And what's the England school?
Is that what you would have done? You just, England school
Yeah, the
cigarette.
beer and the fags, please.
We're bleeding, who cares?
Okay, go on,
Yeah,
sorry.
but no, but I think that, you know, what in terms of their reactions to that, I mean, it was interesting with Helen, because Helen really went over the top. Now, she does do that from time to time, that's true. However, it was really like, this is our world, go away, you know, don't interrupt it, because it really is kind of like a completely different world that you're in for all that time. You're protected from the outside world, you can create anything you like in there, it's all in your head, as well as how you are with people as well.
Okay.
So there was sort of that, and I think, you know, Dean's kind of, well, okay, there's only 2 lads, they haven't got machetes or anything, you know, it's not a big deal in one respect,
in fact,
you know.
they're the ones that are bleeding.
Yeah, not us.
Okay, now, although the Big Brother house may seem pretty big, after 41 days, our housemates are starting to feel the walls closing in because we're physically pushing in the walls. I wrote that. Take a look at this.
Keep a handle on reality. You lost it, not me. I'm being very normal.
You always walk. You always walk.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I just think I've had enough, to be honest.
It's a lot somewhere.
He's driving me mad! He did.
Yeah, I did, absolutely, because that was, exactly.
I want to burst out. Why can't you speak normally? Why do you have to always speak over everybody? Why do you never listen? Why can't you be normal? Why can't I smack you over the head?
Gladina, they all seem to be going mad. What exactly is happening with them?
Well, think about it. You've been locked up for this amount of time. You're losing housemates each week. The number of people are getting smaller and smaller. And when that sort of thing happens, it kind of creates more pressure, because if you're not getting on with people, or if you're a bit bored or whatever, you can go, well, look, we've got X number of people here, I can move around them. But there's less of them to do that now, so the pressure's beginning to hot up.
I think the task that Big Brother set with the soap opera as well has really hit a couple of nerves, because you could see Elizabeth actually, you know, looking at Amma when she was doing an impression of her, and just as if to say, oh, you know, you actually see me like that.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? Is there a general sense, I guess, as well, of paranoia that, you know, with the nominations?
Well, there's got to be, because, I mean, as the more people that actually now go, your chances of going each week are bigger. Okay, so, you know, when you start looking at it like that, and you start, and also I think the thing with Paul's quite interesting at the moment.
Yeah,
because
he's kind of
nobody
descended into madness.
Well, nobody can work out why he's still there in the house. They keep going, this doesn't work, you know. And I mean, last week when Bubble went, woof, that was, you know, that was a big deal for them, because they all thought it was going to be Paul. And what have you. So, yeah, I think they are getting really stir-crazy at the moment in terms of, you know, the pressure that's there.
OK, guys, what do you think? Gladina's with us all show, as is, of course, Bubble. Our talking point today, we've done it before. By golly, we'll do it again. Give us a call. What does the shrink think? 0870 901 9070, 0870 901 9070. Now, yesterday, our Bubble attended the film premiere of Tomb Raider. Was he mobbed? Yes. Or did the fans ignore him? No. We went to London to find out.
Oh, okay. Just sit and watch the film, and then I can always reply.
Well, there's
Ding dong. Quick, you gotta give him that. Probably got a spare in the car anyway, just in case. Come on. Thank you. Here we go. Shall we, sweetheart?
Sorry. I'm all set.
I saw the camera.
That's it.
You mean Dominic?
We're going to the premiere.
Hello, we are going to the premiere. I was very excited, and look.
Well, I'm a bit nervous because I might get tripped out. I'm gate crashing.
That's normally what I would do.
The little girl's been watching you a lot. She's still quite huge.
Yeah, she's only 3. But she saw me on E4 the other night. because they know it's live and they know there's no swearing and we know, do you know what I mean? And she watched that and she got a bit excited. Daddy on the telly! If I'd lost to Brian, fair enough, but to lose to Paul, I reckon there was a conspiracy.
Okay, now, whilst you were with Neil McAndrew last night, there's another little girl who you'd like to say hello to now.
Yeah. Brian, if you're watching, put your hand out, Daddy blow your kiss. You ready? You ready? Did you catch it? Love you, sweetheart. I'll see you soon. Aww. Thank you.
Okay, we said you let you do that and you enjoyed that.
Yes, that's great.
Okay, that must have been a mad night last night.
Oh, yeah, bizarre.
It was actually quite scary, wasn't it?
Yeah, it really was to an extent. You know, when you come from nothing and it's like, there's people that deserve to be there and they have that right and that's great. But to come out at the end of it,
not many of them,
and get, you know, people chase you to your car and blah, blah, blah. And it's nice, but it's a bit like, whoa. It's lucky the security were there, they were excellent.
Yeah, but it just must be so strange, like you said, that, you know, literally a month ago, you know, you're just doing your job, you're 9 to 5, you're going home and so forth. And now, like we were talking earlier on, you've had to times your journey time by 2 because you know, you get stopped everywhere.
Yeah, it's like every other person walking down the street, which is, it's all nice and everyone's been really great in that. But it is a bit like, whoa, I'm just me.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
So who did you see last night? Did you get a bit starstruck by anyone?
Yeah, there was Mel C was there. Martin Kemp was, I didn't see him, but I met Paul Whitehouse. He's a funny man. Really funny, we liked him.
Tottenham fan though, which is never a good thing. And did you meet Angelina Jolie? Or?
Yeah, I saw her, I didn't meet her. But I saw loads of people there.
You bumped into her dad, didn't you?
Yeah, walking when we went up and through. And this guy went past me and I bumped him and went, oh, sorry, mate. I went, John Boy, the dude from Mission Impossible. I was like, whoa.
And what was lovely Neil McAndrew like? She nice?
She's really nice girl.
Chance you're on with her, or?
Oh, she's got a boyfriend. She's happily married.
You're the bad boy. Okay. And lastly, what do you think of the film?
It's very Indiana Jonesy. The special effects was fantastic. Angelina Jolie plays it superbly. I think they could have worked on the storyline a little bit.
All right, not a little bit more, just a little bit.
Yeah, a little bit, like a different
Okay, right now, after the break, Paddy the dog will be having his mind read by dog psychic John Starkey. See it and believe it, people. But before that, Bubble, to camera one, please tell us how the film ends.
I can't remember, I fell asleep.
Vanity, thy name is Paul. I'd actually quite like to nice a shot of Paul rather than just his arm, because you know nothing what I'm talking about. Welcome back to Big Brother's Little Brother, everyone. Hope you're well. Now, fresh from his task, Paddy the dog will be here, and Psychic John Starkey will be probing the depths of his mind. The task was this afternoon. The guys had to pick 4 tasks at random, 4 tricks at random, sorry, and they had 5 minutes for Paddy to successfully complete them. Paddy excelled at 3 of them, but decided it was too hot to play fetch. So they failed, and the guys now only have £24.50, £4 each to spend on next week's shopping. £4 in a week. Okay, in a moment we'll be finding out how he felt about his experience in the house, but first let's see the Padster in action.
It's not a chicken.
Good dog. Roll over, Paddy.
That's what we got me doing as well.
Climb into a rabbit hole and die, Paddy.
It does look like he's had a pin that gone wrong, though.
Good boy! Yay!
He looks like a gay dog.
He looks like a gay dog.
He's very careful. Why move his tail?
Yeah, that'd be lovely. The only thing we can do for your pin is trying to relax it, Paddy.
You're trying to hump your arm, actually.
Yeah, I know. You get a bit quick-started, don't you, eh?
Helen has clutched him to her bosom. Brian has threatened to shoot him. Oh, the tales he could tell if he only could talk. Well, he can. Because we've renowned dog psychic John Starkey here to read his mind. Hello, John.
Hi.
Welcome.
Thank you.
He looks very happy, doesn't he?
He is very happy.
Good, I'm glad to hear that. Apart from his eyes, which look like, is that just tears?
Common trait of the breed.
Is that what it is?
Yes, there's no problem about that at all.
So he's not unhappy about that?
No, no. You've heard of the expression having muck in your eyes?
Yes.
Well, it's coming out.
Right. Okay, John, what exactly is it that you do?
Well, with people and animals, I try to tune in to the presence of the individual. So I'm not really interested in what Paddy looks like, but what he feels like.
His elegance is interior.
Indeed, yes. And it's the feelings that come from him that often tell me a lot about the people who handle him, have connections with him, and things around him.
And what can you pick up from him in that respect?
In the respect at the moment that the person with whom he lives and with whom he's involved is about to move. And the move that they make really seems to improve things a great deal. But the house, I think, was probably the greatest adventure of all.
Really?
Yes, I think that's exactly the sort of thing that he's loved.
And how did you get into that? Is it like, did you just sort of wake up one day and, you know, your cat starts talking?
No, I was the funny kid you don't sit next to at school.
Right, okay.
What I used to do was not particularly think about people by what they said or how they moved or how they responded, but really think about them as something inside, a spiritual presence, if you like.
Right, well, let's get cracking. I've got some questions here for Paddy, if you could ask him. Did he enjoy learning his tricks? I mean, which one was his favourite?
Yes, a tremendous game. I think the favourite trick will be standing up on the back legs.
Lovely. Okay, cool. Thanks, Paddy. What did he think of the house? He was very excited when he went in there.
I think the scenting was difficult in the beginning. There are so many scents in such a small area that I think probably he found it difficult to lay out his territory. And that can be a confusing issue for an animal. But I think once he got used to that and to the rapid changes from the aura of one person to another, then he was spot on.
Did he wee in corners? Is that how
I don't know. I don't know. They tend to do that anyway, you know.
Right, okay. What's he doing there now? Is he just asleep?
Oh, I think he's just relaxing and saying, I'm
Lovely.
not like this.
Okay. His favourite housemate. Now, can I venture a guess?
Of course.
Due to, I think, his past experience with dogs, I would say Josh.
Go back to day 40 and look at a poignant moment with Helen. The dog comes in, I mentioned Helen, suddenly the dog comes in and there's a poignant moment where you can see an immediate bonding. You see, animals respond to the aura that we put out. Helen needs to be loved, and immediately here is the source of tremendous love.
It wasn't to do with hair, then?
I don't think so at all, no.
Okay, Brian thinks he's gay. Is he gay?
Oh, all dogs are both. Dogs aren't like us, you know.
Really?
Indeed, yes.
So
yes.
if my sister's got two cats, they could be bi?
They sniff on scents, let's put it that way.
No way. Wow, that's great. Okay, out of the people in the house, who did he dislike? I mean, did he pick up the vibes from Brian?
It isn't quite as clear-cut as that with an animal. I don't think so. I think he'd see Brian as great fun. There were times when Brian was sort of being the game master. I could see a little bit of resistance to Elizabeth.
Really? Why is that?
I don't know. I've no idea. But again, it's this sensing thing. Perhaps there's something that he thought, gosh, this person's different to all the rest, or this person has a different feeling about them.
Now, did he feel comfortable when he was in the house?
Oh, absolutely.
He was very excited,
yes.
I know that. But
here you have a little man who'd feel comfortable anywhere.
And does he know, do you think, that he's a star? I mean, already I spoke to someone who took him for a walk this afternoon. He was stopped by many school children.
Yes.
But he is that kind of dog anyway.
Oh, yes, yes. Rubbing the ego and stroking the ego is very, very important for us all. But dogs love it because once you do it, they get used to it.
And who does he think will win, do you think?
Well, I don't agree with him, actually.
Really? Okay.
Yes. I think he thinks that the winner is going to be Elizabeth. Perhaps
really?
That's why he singled her out.
And he just stood up as well. And he said that. Okay, and one last thing that I'd just like to confirm that, you know, the vibes you got was that Paddy's actually moving house. And Paddy's owner is indeed moving house, ladies and gentlemen. So, food for thought. Thank you very much, John.
Thank you.
Thank you very much, Paddy. You've been an absolute diamond. Thanks a lot. Okay, our talking point today is quite simply, what does a shrink think? Okay, we should have some people on the line right now. I'd like to be joined by Gladian, and...
It's a name like that.
I've been having dreams about your name last night. And Bubble. Okay, we should have Ian from York. Hello there.
Hello.
How you doing? All right?
All right, yeah.
Ask away, my friend.
I've noticed Emma's usually one of the last people to sit down at meal times, and I think it's a bit of a control thing. I just wanted to know what you thought.
Yeah, no, I think there is an element of that. I mean, Amma is a person in their own right, and she does what she wants to do. And I think what we've seen certainly out here is the way that she tends to react. So, for example, she does it at her own pace. She comes along, and, you know, for her, she doesn't move at top speed. I don't think we've ever seen Amma move at top speed.
Bubble?
I've got a theory on that one, yeah. I think if what she does is she gets up there first, gets the biggest portion, then waits till everyone's gone, and if there's any floating about, gets it back on the plate, then stores it later.
Do you know she actually nicked a lot of food in the middle of the night?
Yeah, it wouldn't surprise me, but then
no,
again...
she did. We did a thing on her about 2 weeks ago where we just actually showed clips. She used to get up in the middle of the night and make herself cheese sandwiches.
I had a
no,
slice
she made you feel bad about eating a sausage.
A slice, yeah.
OK, who's next on the line? Should be Dave from Chigwell. Thanks very much, by the way, Ian. Hi, Dave.
Hello, Dermot. Hello, Bubble.
G'day, mate.
Christina. Do you think that Helen suffers from insecurity? When she's not involved in a conversation, especially in the kitchen, she rocks backwards and forwards quite a bit.
What are your thoughts, Gladina?
Yes is the answer to that, because, I mean, Helen is a... Have you noticed how much more childlike she's getting?
Yes,
as the whole thing goes along, she's getting more and more childlike, and she has that quality about her. And I think there is that. I think she has a real need to want to be loved, and what happens is she kind of like, when she's out of something, she's a little unsure of herself.
Do you think she's getting more relaxed or less relaxed because she's referring to that?
I think it's a bit of both, actually, because I think in some ways she's getting more relaxed because she's sort of settling in with people, perhaps letting more of her personality out in some ways, particularly the little girl bit that she's very good at doing. But at the same time, I also think that she's beginning to get a little scared about, you know, the fact that it's going on in weeks and, you know, when's her turn and quite how to relate.
First sort of like, you know, possible eviction, you know, she's been so surprised ever since, hasn't she? David, are you still there? No, he's gone, unfortunately. OK, we have Sue from Essex online. Hello, Sue.
Hi, Dermot. Hi, Bubble.
Hello.
Hello.
I don't like the way you went down on my name. Hi, Dermot.
Hi, Bubble. I'm really thrilled to speak to Bubble.
So, all right, thanks a bunch, Sue.
Anyway, my question is about Liz. She started off very softly spoken. She couldn't do enough for the housemates. She now seems to be losing it a bit. She's having a pop at, well, it seems that everybody, including the dear Dean. What's your comments on that, please?
All right, Sue. Gladina, what do you think about that?
Oh, OK. Well, look, everybody's got an upside and a downside. You wouldn't be human if you didn't have off days, etc. And I think one of the things that I found really fascinating about watching Elizabeth is that she's actually, to me, has adopted a strategy from the first series, which was Anna's strategy. And that was, you know, very calm, very cool. That isn't to say that Elizabeth isn't a genuine person, but I think that, you know, everybody in that house, to a degree, has sort of had to modify their behaviour.
She's, I think, very much taken over the role as the mother since Penny's left as well.
The calm, the mum, etc. And it all gets too much sometimes, and I think all we've seen just now is Elizabeth saying, it's my turn now, and I just want to show that I can also go,
From what you've seen, we've only got about 20 seconds left, but for what you've seen, just tell me, who do you think will win in that respect?
I've got a feeling, you know, I think Brian's got to be, you know, up there.
Excellent. Gladina, Bubble, John, thank you very much. Tomorrow we have Amma and Paul's sisters in. We'll see you then. Take care. Bye-bye.
Watch the Big Brother update on Channel 4 at 10 tonight, and here on E4 we're live at the house at 11:10. Next tonight, comedy is Norm versus Shelley on Court 1. Guess who's the rotten loser in the Norm show coming up.